like the sound of an Aussie V8. Come on!
I think it was easier to part with the children, actually, than it was to part with the car.
Got a woman here, hysterical, 6 months pregnant, dehydrated.
The steering wheel was just flung out of my hand.
I just want my car back the way it was.
The motor car dominates our lives. It has come to define who we are and how we see ourselves. For many of us, it will always remain a functional and practical machine. But for others, the relationship goes a lot deeper than that. The motor car has become almost human.
She's a 1975 Holden Monaro GTS two-door coupe. This was actually the very last of the full-on production line models in the two-door version.
We've been married 30 years, so he would have owned that car, I would say, a good 20 of the 30. It's always been a her, it's always been a girl, but we just thought, see, being a Monaro, and we thought, you know, Munro, Marilyn Monroe, so we just always called her Marilyn Monaro, yeah.
You would never, ever take your car into a car wash. Oh, no, they come out absolutely terrible. Sacrilege to go and do that to a vehicle. I don't have the same affair with any other car I own now or have owned in the past. It's just something you fall in love with this, and yeah, so it's totally a love affair with her. Not very practical, I suppose, but still. And of course, Rhonda doesn't understand this relationship at all.
Well, you do like to think you run first to a car, don't you? You like to think people are more important than cars. So, you know, when he spends sort of so much time with it, I think he could probably spend a bit more time with me.
The long-term affair that Dennis has with Marilyn is not all that unusual. On any weekend, thousands of car lovers can be found cruising for a new affair in any one of Melbourne's 2,000 used car yards. Especially popular are haunts like Melbourne's cheapest cars, where objects of desire of every size, shape and colour can be picked up at prices that appear tantalisingly affordable.
I think the young fellas tend to come in for the hoon stuff, the V8, the real throbbing, thumping machines, you know.
It's got a really nice interior in it.
If I buy this car, I'm going to glue the doors shut and just constantly jump in through the roof.
The girls normally more often than not go for a little laser, something Toyota, maybe perhaps Corolla, Camry, definitely automatic. The radio has to work. Forget the head gasket, the exhaust, the motor, the rings, the radio has to work.
Honda.
Buying one of them.
Hey?
Buying a car like that.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why not? Very nice.
It's crap.
Well, Rhonda started mentioning selling it probably 6 or 7 years ago. And it was just one of those questions that, well, you just choose to ignore. So it was never ever an option, because she sees this as her next trip to Europe.
Well, it's a little bit of a sore point, really. But we've both just been visiting in the last 2 years. We went on a trip to Europe. We went to England, actually, to England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, and had a fantastic hot 3 months holiday just touring around. And Dennis thoroughly enjoyed it too. Didn't miss Marilyn, I might add. And we just had such a great time, we decided that we'd like to return.
I think I've made the commitment to sell her. Now, nothing's final yet, but I've put the toe in the water. It's advertised. No one's actually come and offered me money, so I haven't had to seriously think about does she go out the door or not. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Maxine, you have a telephone call on line 4 for Maxine. Liz, could you please come to George's office? George's office, thank you.
Sit in.
Hey? Sit in. Seats are, oh well.
Well, the bottom's
Reasonable.
rooted.
Sales inquiry on line 1. Ali, could you come to George's office, please? Ali?
I've seen a few cars, but it's the first HQ I've seen that I've liked. It's not all dinted and rust bucket and horrible. No, this is very good condition for what it is. It's pretty clean underneath. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, stop, stop. Sorry, what'd I do?
Deuce on the Dragon, can you please come to George's office? Deuce on the Dragon, George's office, please.
Every time I've seen another car, I go, oh, Mum, I saw this car. And she's like, oh, yeah, you know, like, she's really interested, though.
Yeah.
So it's good.
You're going to tell her tonight or wait until you drive it home?
I promised that I would get it checked by some mechanic or something, any car I bought. But I suppose it's different recently, buying it off the car yard.
With a roadworthy?
Yeah,
Different.
that was when I was just going to buy them off the street. She goes, you never buy a car off the side of the road. I mean, I don't want anything too powerful anyway for my first car.
I usually answer the phone here, and we've got a little signal so that if I pick the phone up and I nod my head, he knows that it's about the Monaro, and the eyes go up, or otherwise I shake my head and he knows that it's something else. So I think it's sort of like a little bit, you know, in anticipation every time the phone rings.
I'm just going to take Marilyn for a spin, all right?
Okay, Dal. I've got my things that I enjoy doing, so I really can't growl at him for his because I rather enjoy collecting dolls. This is an area that I really love, and as well as these ones that I have here are all 100-year-old dolls, German dolls, and I really love them. That's why I think I'm not so interested in his car, because I'm interested in fine things.
There's nothing like the sound of an Aussie V8. It's just something extra special about it. And it's part of the pleasure of driving. This is hearing the noises and the sounds that the car makes. Young guy'd get hold of it, and the first thing he would do would be to rev it out and see how many wheelies he could do and how quick he could take off in it. If someone, I guess my age, buys it, I would like to think they'd probably treat her very much the same as I do. Very gently, but every now and then you take her out for a little bit of exercise.
You know your sister's going to be spewing. Erin is gonna spew.
No, she's not.
She's gonna
love it.
Yeah, she's gonna love it, but she's gonna spew because you've got one she doesn't.
Ice cream, I want some ice cream.
You can't afford it because you're on welfare.
It's just, I mean, if you like it, you may as well take it now, but for an extra $250, I'm telling you now, let's not waste time and all that.
What name is it?
That'll be the best.
I'd probably only buy it for a toy car. I don't think it's the type of car that you just drive to get the groceries every day, would you? You know? More go cruising.
You going to buy it, Dad?